summer with Designer DIY, and if you purchased one of our Style Bee wreath kits, this is the instructional video you're looking for. This video just goes along with the written directions that are included in your kit. Now this kit is really simple. Everything is already pre-cut for you. We've already cut and fray checked the edges, which means we sealed the edges so it will always look like a nice fresh cut. And your mesh is also pre-cut for you and the heat sealed edges, so it should be really great to work with and last you for so long. So let me show you what the first step is. The wreath base that is included in your kit, you're just going to go ahead and open the pines so they're going up and down, which is like in and out of your wreath. You want to go horizontally, not vertically. You don't want them to go sideways with your wreath. What you're going to do is you're going to take 3 pieces of mesh. Now, a lot of these pieces kind of get stuck together, but if you just pull it, because they're heat sealed, you're not going to ruin it. So just kind of yank it. Now, as you can see on our mesh, there is a nice sealed edge, which is kind of like what we called our finished edge. And then there is the side that we heat sealed. When you're going to make your tubes, which is what we're doing with this, you want to make sure what you're rolling are the cut edges. So what's on the edges are your, not sealed, but your finished edge, okay? So what we're gonna do with those 3 pieces you just took is we're going to roll them into tubes where the finished edges are on the outside. Then I'm gonna take another piece and I'm going to roll that one and I'm gonna make an X. The first time you do this, you feel a little tricky because you're holding a lot of stuff in your hands, but I promise by the time you're done with this wreath, it'll be super easy. So we did it with 2 of it. Now, with those extra little fingers hanging out, I'm just gonna roll it one more time. Remember the finished edges on the outside, and it's gonna go straight up and down on the middle. So we make kind of like a star. They're X and then one up and down. Then what you wanna do is you're going to take your mesh on this bottom bigger ring, and in the pine that we did, you're going to make your mesh go sideways like this. You do not want it going up and down. That way you'll have gaps in your wreath. But if you go sideways, it'll be really full. What you do is you're gonna go in the middle of that pine you opened, and you're gonna pull it once, nice and tight, and then a twist like that. Now for this style, there are no back ribbons, so we are done with those pine. So I just kind of tuck them inside so they're not sticking out. Some people love the look and makes it feel more festive. If you wanna keep them out, that is a total you decision. That's what's great about these. Each one is its own little creation, so you do what you like. So we're gonna do the mesh again. I'm gonna take 1 piece and roll it. Now when you roll it, don't do this. Don't make these little tight little things like this because your wreath will not look full. It will look wimpy. When you make a tube, you want them just to overlap, I don't know, I'm not a precise person, an inch-ish. But you just wanna make sure that your tube is kind of loose because that's what creates the fullness in your wreath. I'm gonna do it with my second piece. We're just repeating what we did in that first group where we do 2, and then I make a star. Then we're gonna grab that 3rd piece, and remember, if it's kind of stuck like this, just give it a yank and it will come undone. And then we're gonna make another loose tube, finish edges on the outside. I put it in the middle like a star, and I'm gonna go to the pine that was right next to the one we just did. Sideways, see how they're hitting? That's what you want. If it goes up and down, that's when it creates the big holes. So I'm gonna do a pull, a single twist, and I'm gonna tuck my pine. You can leave them out and see if you like it, and then tuck them in the end. It doesn't matter when you tuck them. And that's all you're gonna do. And we're just going to concentrate on the outer ring first, the bigger ring that is on the bottom of your wreath. So we're making our loose tubes, make an X. Oops, see how it got pulled? And then it just does a little that, so I just straighten it out. Nothing to worry about these. If one's a little different or one's a little misshapen, you will never notice. These wreaths are very forgiving and nothing exact about them. Pull, twist, and I'm going to tuck. And then I kind of pull my mesh so it sticks out. Oh, this one got a little stuck. Sometimes that happens where it gets stuck in the other pine, so I just go in there and pull it out. Make it go where you want it to go. So that one's a little tuck, so you pull it. Mesh, loves to grab everything, so be careful what shirt you're wearing because it will grab it full. Make my X. Star right next to it. Pull and twist. Now these wreath bases that are already pre-wired and they're different colors options, they are included in all the kits we sell online. Now this is really all there is to making this wreath. You just need to make tubes. So like I tell people, if you can roll and twist, then you can make one of these amazing wreaths. We're just gonna keep making the tubes. You just remember, don't make them too tiny. The bigger the tube, the fuller your wreath will be. So you're just gonna keep rolling them in threes, where you're gonna take two, make your X, one goes up and down in the middle, and you're just gonna put it all around the bottom part of your wreath, that bigger circle frame. Okay, we have put all of the mesh in the back outer ring. Looking pretty so far, but there's still gonna be awesomeness added. So do you see, it's just on that back big ring. Now we're gonna focus on the smaller ring inside, doing the exact same thing. You're gonna take your mesh, roll it into your tubes, which you are becoming masters at. And you're gonna put it in just like you did the back. It doesn't matter where on your wreath you put it, just pick a spot on the top inner circle. Now again, you want your pine opening up this direction so your mesh can go vertically, going with the circle. So pull and twist. Now this time, don't tuck them because we're gonna use them for our ribbon. So you're just gonna leave them nice and open going that direction. Now you're gonna go to the one that's right next to it, put in your ribbon mesh again, and you're just going to continue doing this the whole top circle. So every pine has its group of 3 mesh in it. All of them going around, never in, always sideways. Now we've put in all our mesh on the front circle and the back circle. Now we get to add all the fabulous ribbon. The kits you have are 3 different styles of ribbon. Now yours may be patriotic, St. Patrick's Day, every day. It doesn't matter that mine is Valentine's Day and yours isn't. It's the exact same technique. And you will have 3 different patterns of ribbon. What you want to do is grab one of each style, and we're going to make an X, just like we did with the mesh. Gonna make an X, and then one ribbon goes up and down in the middle. It doesn't matter which ribbon, just pick one to go up and down in the middle. And what you're gonna do is lay it on the pine that is right front and center, just like that, the pine you just did on top. Don't worry about this back circle, we're done with that. Only the top one. And I'm gonna lay my ribbon going sideways, and we're gonna pull the pine once, twice, and then tuck it because we're done. And then what you gotta do, which is really the only hard part of a wreath, and the most important part, is the fluffing. You wanna make sure each ribbon is seen and has its own spot. See how that one's kind of bent? Because our ribbons are wired and awesome, You can shape it to be exactly where you want it, where you see every ribbon. Now we're gonna go to the pine that's right next to it. Gonna take one of each pattern, but this time I wanna put a different pattern on top. I don't want the hearts to be on top every time. If you have a favorite ribbon, it can always be on top, but I'm gonna alternate them. So this time I'm gonna make an X with these two and put a stripe on top. And it's gonna go sideways, right into that pine, pull and twist, and then tuck it, just like that. See how I'm gonna pull each one so you see each space? Now we're gonna go to this one. Again, one of each pattern, make an X. This time I'm gonna put my hearts on top. And now we have put the ribbon in the front circle, the top circle, and it is looking beautiful. Remember, you can go and fluff, and you just kind of go and touch each ribbon. If for some reason, your ribbon has a little hole in it, that is the perfect place to put a sign or a bow. If you visit us at our website, www.designerdiy.shop, we have tons of cute signs that are very easy. You just tie it on. We have bow kits. We have all sorts of great things to add. And if you want to know more detailed instructions, there are the written instructions in your kit, but we also have a ton more videos on YouTube and Facebook. Check them all out. Hope you love your wreath. Happy crafting.